Alright, guys, these next two stories are pretty heavy, but they need to be said, and we're just going to do them. We're not going to crack jokes. We're not going to have a sarcastic tone or anything with them because it actually involves two people actually being injured, critically injured. I got to watch what I say. The algorithm here will bury these videos. But young mother something Black Lives Matter mob for allegedly saying all lives mattresses. I presume that is a blocked phrase. National media fully ignores. So a 24-year-old mother was expunged by a Black Lives Matter mob in Indianapolis last week, allegedly for saying all lives mattresses. Unlike Charlottesville, any violence from the right, this something or other, was reported so quietly that barely anyone even noticed. In fact, it took me 3 days to hear about it. So, yeah, I heard about it 2 days ago. I've been meaning to talk about it, but I wanted to get some more information. So, Jody Whitaker was shot and something following the altercation with a group of Black Lives Matter supporters who were upset that her and her fiancé, I don't know if we actually know it was actually her or the fiancé, but anyway, had said all lives matter last Sunday. According to the victim's family, the shooting started with an argument over Black Lives Matter and language. Eventually, the two sides separated and walked away from each other until witnesses claimed the opened fired from the nearby bridge and ran away. Now, it was squashed and they went up the hill and left, and we thought, but when they were sitting on the St. Clair's waiting for us to come under the bridge, and that's when she got shot. The victim's fiancé, Joseph Ramirez, told the station. Her grandfather posted on Facebook that multiple black assailants something in her head. Why isn't anybody outraged about this? Oh, we are. Trust me. He asked in the post, is that Black Lives Matter was involved, or that was a something young adults that were the victims? It was pretty both, actually. Probably. Whitaker leaves behind a 3-year-old son, and this is the terrible. Like anybody getting killed is a tragedy, but a 3-year-old son. She shouldn't have lost her life. She got a 3-year-old son that she loved dearly, said Ramaz. Her father, Robert Doddy, told Gateway Pundit that the Black Lives Matter supporters had walked by her and her fiancé said and said Black Lives Matter, to which Jessica responded, all lives matter. The activist had allegedly pulled out weapons during the argument, at which prompted Ramiz to do the same. This led to them backing off, but not for long. An argument started and guns came out, but they were working things out. Unfortunately, they didn't drop it and waited for them to walk back through, and she was something in the head, Dottie told the Gateway Pundit. Dottie confirmed that neither CNN nor Fox News has reached out for them, I can't believe Fox hasn't, for information about the case, despite the murders being on the loose. When asked about the family is holding up, Dottie said, one day at a time is all we can do. Her sister, Jennifer, told the Gateway Pundit that they were walking with the canal with friends after an awesome 4th July celebration. Jennifer told the Gateway Pundit that her sister was a certified nurse assistant doing home health care and getting ready to go back to school and becoming a registered nurse. Her son was her world. She had the kindest heart and was in no way something towards anyone, Jennifer told the Gateway Pundit. That word there I can't say. Ramirez said that the hardest part has been explaining to her son, Grayson, that his mother will not be coming back. It's hard to tell him his mummy is in heaven. If you want to talk to her, you have to look up and say, I love you, mummy, said Ramirez. So, We're all going through a lot. The 3-year-old boy doesn't even understand, said Ramez. I just want justice for Jessica and her son and her family. Police are still looking for suspects and have released the video of the area of the you-know-what. Now, I've gone through this video and I can't see the scene. And the video itself is pretty dodgy, to be honest. Like, you think at the end of the day they'll put out a better video, but I don't know. Maybe they don't want it found. I don't know. So I'm guessing these are the activists here. I'm guessing. I can't even see where the bridge is, to be honest. Like, this is a terrible video. It really is. It doesn't show anything. So maybe that was it there. It looked like there was a flash. Maybe that's him. Like, how are you supposed to see anything from this? Anyway. Anyone with information about the you-know-what is asked to call the IMPD homicide office at 73475. That's 73475. Or Crime Stoppers on Central India at 317-262-8477. A GoFundMe has been launched to help pay for the funeral and take care of her son. And we'll get to that in a sec. So here's a photo of the mother that has been fatally injured. I have to say certain words. Young mother in Annapolis was something by Black Lives Matter protesters after allegedly saying all lives matter. Jessie Whitaker, 24-year-old mother, was one of the 3 friends by the canal in Annapolis in the early hours of July 5th after the 4th of July celebration when a confrontation occurred between her group and a group of Black Lives Matter supporters. Whitaker's fiance, Joseph Ramirez, told local news that during the brief argument, someone in the opposite group said Black Lives Matter, to which Whitaker groups, possibly Whitaker, responded all lives matter. Now, as far as I know, I was watching someone else. I was watching Matt, and he's a bit of a shell, but anyway. I was watching Matt Jarrow talk about this, and he claims that they didn't know who it was. So take that with a grain of salt. So apparently Fox News has picked up the story following the Gateway pundits' coverage. So apparently that is a correction. I think this article was printed today. Yeah, 13th. Where this one was printed on the 11th. So they have covered it since then, reportedly. Yeah. Obviously, here is the fundraiser that obviously, and I will put a link in the description below. They are asking for $10 million. I think it's just an arbitrary number, to be honest. But they have raised $74,000. And obviously, after funeral expenses, any money will obviously go into a trust fund to help, obviously, the son be raised. So, yeah. Quite a tragedy, guys. Quite a heavy story. Look, at the end of the day, obviously, and the mainstream media, CNN and all those sort of guys, have been silent on this. No one has really talked about it. Like I said, I didn't even hear about it until like Monday, my day, which was like Sunday, which actually would have been the day it happened, I suppose. Yeah, it's Wednesday today, so yeah, Monday. So yeah, Sunday. So I heard about it pretty much. I thought it was worse than that, but anyway. But yeah, I heard about it when obviously it came out. I've been meaning to talk about it. I've just been flat out with other stories. But yeah, and I wanted to get the GoFundMe page before I did the story. So I can put a link in the description below. But guys, look, at the end of the day, if you do have any money, to feel free to donate. If you have any spare, obviously if you're strapped for cash, please don't. But if you have any spare cash, please throw it in. Help the family out, and obviously it's an absolute tragedy. But the biggest thing that I'm asking people is, if you have any information about this, please go to the police department. At the end of the day, these guys need to be found. They have literally just, a mother of a 3-year-old for saying all lives matter. This is ridiculous. This needs to stop. This far left activism that is literally making it, and the news is okay with this. The news is the ones that have been pushing this narrative, this whole puncher, thing that went around a few years ago. That was the start of it all, and we warned people then that this would happen. We warned people that sentiment was ridiculous, because then everybody's a what. Anybody that says something that you don't like is now viable for violence. And that was the argument. And I'm glad we were so wrong about it. I'm glad we don't have a 24-year-old mother of 3 who was literally just, because at the end of the day, she said all lives matter. Oh, wait, we do. Sorry, my bad. Like, this is ridiculous. Saying the wrong phrase to the far left. This is not a far right thing. This is a far left. This is what the far left are like. This is ridiculous. People should be outraged. I can't believe that, and the media has been silent on this, because me narrative. F your narrative. These people just literally, someone, and I can't even say the word because YouTube will censor this video if they already don't. This is ridiculous. What's going to end up happening in the future, if it's not solved, you're going to get a whole bunch of patriots who are going around a park and are monitoring and doing private security. That's what will happen. Because people will have no choice but to take matters into their own hands. And I tell you now, if it comes down to a choice of the well-armed conservatives or the few black thugs that seem to get around with pistols, I'm surprised they actually even hit up with a pistol. That in itself is a bloody good shot, or luck. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to those two sides and I had to put my money down, I'm putting my money on the conservatives. And I don't want that. I'm not advocating for that. But that's what's going to happen, because people are getting fed up with this. But now the left wants to go and defund the police. Yes, let's take the police away from the people. Let's take the money away from the people who are supposed to solve these problems. I wonder why they want to take the money away from them. You know, like, I don't know. It's weird, you know. We're getting a whole bunch of people pushing the whole defund the police narrative. And it seems like in New York City, where they have some of the strictest gun control in the state. And or in America even, in the top 5 is from what I've heard in America. And guess what? They've had more violence with firearms over the past week than ever. That gun control doesn't seem to be working very well. It seems to be like you're taking the firearms away from people who are the law-abiding citizens and leaving the firearms with the criminals. Who would have thought? I was watching Colin Noah, I think his name is. I was watching one of his videos he put out today, actually. A very good video. And he turned around and said that firearm or firearm policing, firearm laws, they're not there to stop criminals. They need the criminals. But what they're there to stop and suppress the normal law-abiding citizens from having control. It's all about control. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Look, obviously it's a tragedy with this. What happened to this mother? Hopefully they'll catch the guys that did it. But with that video, I don't know if you can. Let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. I am asking everybody, please share this video on all the social medias that you have. Because that way, you know, even if it gets buried by the algorithm, at the end of the day, at the very least, this video will still get some traction. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section. Apart from that, guys, we'll talk about another heavy subject coming up. I'm going to have a break between those two, though. I'm going to have something to eat and then cover this third story. So it's going to be a break between them. Apart from that, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night and enjoy.